beefs are, they're volatile. So you always have to be careful that a beef doesn't turn into...
I'm fully under the impression that Kendrick's team was behind sending the C&D. If no one will say it, I think it was a good move. We know for a fact Kendrick Lamar had an unreleased Tupac interview on To Pimp a Butterfly and pretended like he was talking to Tupac throughout the entire album.
Where are we as far as who's up right now?
Are you guys counting the AI track or no?
Yes, I am counting the AI track.
Well, it got taken down.
I'm still counting the AI track.
Please still put it out.
My biggest takeaway from this Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef is that comprehension skills are at an all-time low. Kendrick Lamar at the end of Euphoria said, "You can't say nigga no more." And a lot of people are pinpointing to Drake being biracial.
There was a time the two biggest superstars in rap were friendly enough to collaborate with each other, but things soured soon after. Now Kendrick Lamar is exposing Drake for allegedly preying on underage girls, and he used some pretty extreme words. So, what's going on? Kendrick Lamar and Drake are both household names, with the two having several Grammys and records between them. And there was once a time they were actually cool with each other, collaborating on the 2011 track Buried Alive Interlude, part of Drake's Take Care album. Drake even invited Lamar to open his Club Paradise tour with ASAP Rocky, referencing it in his song 4 p.m. in Calabasas with the lyrics, "When they told me take an R&B niais on the road / and I told them no, and drew for Kendrick and Rocky." The two seem to be going strong as they both featured on Rocky's Fucking Problems and collaborated again on Lamar's debut Problems for Poetic Justice, but it all went downhill from there. Kendrick called out many of his fellow rappers, including Drake, on his verse on Big Sean's Control in 2013. Except Drake wasn't having it, and he made it clear that he didn't consider Lamar his competition during a Billboard interview. "I didn't really have anything to say about it. It just sounded like an ambitious thought to me. That's all it was. I know good and well that Lamar's not murdering me at all on any platform. So when that day presents itself, I guess we can revisit the topic." Ouch. Granted, Kendrick also said he respected both J. Cole and Drake at the time.
Now we can't, and I don't want to go. I mean, it's been already there, but where there cats, like how some cats was like they wasn't cool with it, others got fired. Then people that didn't even have their name in there wanted to have their name in there. You know what I'm saying? Where are you at with a lot of the cats now, like the J. Coles of the world or the Drakes of the world? Where are you guys at now?
Same place. Mm-hmm. It's all love from the moment I did the verse to after the verse. You know what I mean? I think hip hop is a sport, so you're gonna have these little spits and spats, and it's all good because personally, I respect these dudes as as people. You know what I mean? So outside of that, it's really nothing.
Specifically, where are you at, like with the J. Cole? Specifically, where are you at with a Drake or so on and so forth?
I respect their music,
like that
for sure. I respect them as individuals and creators, and I think what the media tried to do is insane because they take these black young brothers and really try to clash it and make bump heads, and that's not right.
Right.
Drake also said he was excited to see how the trio of the upcoming big names in rap, namely J. Cole, Drake, and Lamar, would fare in the coming years.
The other two guys that I'm constantly, up against, which is like Cole and Kendrick.
Three-headed monster.
Yeah. So I have a lot of respect for those guys because they also continue to, stay true to what we started with, and finding new ways to do it. And I'm excited that the decade's about to turn and we're gonna see who can go that extra stretch, because it is really, I think for all three of us, it is the time to see who can transcend the generations, much like.
There were a few jabs here and there in the following years, but nothing extreme. Then it all came to a head in 2023 when J. Cole and Drake released their #1 hit, First Person Shooter. J. Cole rapped about him being in the top 3 rappers with Drake and Lamar, and that set off everything.
Lyrics. It started because J. Cole had a line that said, "Love when they argue about the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot, Kendrick? Is it Aubrey, Drake? Or is it me? We're the big 3. It's what they call them. The big 3, we started a league. But right now, I feel like Muhammad Ali. I feel like I'm the champ. I'm maybe the best. I don't know, maybe I'm the champ. Who knows?" And that was it. Just that one line started this all.
You would think that Lamar would like being appreciated and return the gesture, but he believes it's just him at the top. and he made it clear with his feature on Future and Metro Boomin's Like That. Apparently, it's just him dominating the industry.
Because then 4 months later, on a Future Metro Boomin song, Kendrick Lamar was featured, Like That, also a fire song, and said, "Fuck the big three, it is just me. Actually, I'm the best. Screw you guys." That was basically it. And then got into a little bit more of an analogy between him and Drake as Prince and Michael Jackson, but we're gonna ignore that for now. And then
Drake responded with his diss track Push-Ups in April 2024, firing back at Lamar, Future, Rick Ross, Metro Boomin, and even The Weeknd.
Called Push-Ups. And if you cannot tell, this is a sticker that oftentimes is on a shoe, related to shoe size, because Kendrick Lamar is short, and he's a shoe size 7, which is small. And famously, Drake's got a giant penis. Anyway, in it, I think the most iconic line, at least to my estimation, he goes after a lot of people. Not just Kendrick Lamar, but he says, "I be with some bodyguards like Whitney," which is a maybe triple on.
But things came to a head when Drake released his song Tailor-Made Freestyle, which featured AI-created vocals using Tupac and Snoop Dogg's voices. It ended with a cease and desist letter sent by Tupac's estate, and Drake eventually had to scrap the song from all music sites. It ticked off a lot of fans, especially since Tupac has been dead for decades.
Ultimatum regarding his tailor-made freestyle diss against Kendrick Lamar, a diss that features Tupac's likeness in an artificial intelligence form. On Wednesday, April 24th, Billboard obtained and published a cease and desist letter from litigator Howard King to Drake for using a computer-generated replica of Tupac's voice on his latest song. Tupac's estate is threatening to pursue all of its legal remedies if he doesn't pull the track down within 24 hours of receiving the cease and desist. The document read, "The estate is deeply dismayed and disappointed by your unauthorized use of Tupac's voice and personality. Not only is the record a flagrant violation of Tupac's publicity and the estate's legal rights, it is also a blatant abuse of the legacy of one of the greatest hip-hop artists of all time. The estate would never have given its approval for this use. The unauthorized, equally dismaying use of Tupac's voice against Kendrick Lamar, a good friend to the estate who has given nothing but respect to Tupac and his legacy publicly and privately, compounds the insult." The estate went on to say, "If you comply, the state will consider whether an informal negotiation to resolve this matter makes sense. If you do not comply, our client has authorized this firm to pursue all of its legal remedies, including but not limited to an action for violation of the estate's copyright, publicity and personality rights and the resulting damages, injunctive relief and punitive damages and attorney's fees."
Of course, Snoop also had something to say about it. But it's not what you think. The rapper didn't seem to care much about what Drake did, posting a reaction video to his Instagram where he just ended by saying he was going back to bed. But no matter what was going on, both Drake and Kendrick didn't get off each other's backs. They continued firing shots, with Kendrick responding to Drake with a 6-minute track titled Euphoria, which is also the name of the show Drake produces on HBO.
They ain't believe in us. Drake did.
That did it for some people, with Rick Ross coming for Drake after getting called out on push-ups.
White boy, white boy, white boy. Crody, Crody, Crody. Do they even have Wi-Fi on that cargo plane? He may not even heard this yet, but look, white boy, I know we not friends, but let me give you this advice, because you ain't got nobody around you. Or you ain't got no real nigga. Let me just put it like that. Ain't no real nigga. Stop. Don't respond. Don't respond. You ain't even peeped when the intro came on with the Teddy Pendergrass. That was that black vibe. Don't do it. Don't go write a 8-minute verse that I know nobody. I know you want to get that money. You ain't wrong. Keep buying them big houses, but I'm gonna tell you this like a real. Ain't no more BBLs, ain't no more ass fillers, ain't no more cheek fillers.
Meanwhile, J. Cole quickly distanced himself from the feud. Though it was awkward because he first released a 7-minute diss track against Kendrick on his album Might Delete Later.
Dropped a whole album called Might Delete Later. And in it had a song called 7-Minute Drill, which was, at its core, a diss on Kendrick Lamar. The whole song was that. And like, this is maybe one of the more iconic lines, but he goes through his albums. Your first shit was a classic, your last shit was tragic, and yeah, it goes through all the albums. And then within 48 hours of releasing this song, this diss track, live at one of his concerts, apologizes to Kendrick Lamar. Now, bear in mind, Kendrick hasn't said anything. He didn't come out with a song. He didn't come out with a statement being like, man, can't believe you made a whole diss song. None of that happened. He just went on stage.
J. Cole said that it was the lamest thing he had ever done and effectively ended his role in the Lamar versus Drake feud.
Me, right? So I'm so proud of that project, except for one part. It's one part of that shit that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life, right? And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now like, nah, don't do that. But I got to keep it 100 with y'all, right? I damn near had a relapse, right? Because y'all heard some shit that happened 3 weeks ago, however long it was. Y'all heard that bazooka that was dropped on the motherfucking game, right? So all of this time of me moving on my own accord, for the first time I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole? My niggas like, boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my fucking God. Text flooded, I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime.
He said he had been going for a small jab against Lamar, but didn't feel good about what he did. Ice Cube also reacted to the beef, saying rappers would be careful about what they say now. He probably holds the same sentiments for the Drake versus Lamar issue.
Beefs are, they're volatile. So you always have to be careful that a beef doesn't turn into a murder. Back in the day, you do a diss record, but it would stay kind of somewhat in the hip hop community. Now, it's all over the world, all walks of life, know what's going on. And, some people can't really take that kind of humiliation. I don't really like seeing rappers beef. I don't think it's necessary to have a great career, but it happens. Hey, it's part of the game. And I think when you're in a beef, you can't really hold back. It's like being in a fight. You can't really half punch. You got to go all the way.
But Lamar obviously didn't have any such feelings for Drake because their feud quickly got personal. Lamar released 616 in LA. Drake answered with Family Matters, and shit hit the roof. Drake called out Lamar for his repeated infidelity, rapping, "You, the black messiah, wifing up a mixed queen / and hit vanilla cream to help out with your self-esteem / on some Bobby shh. I want to know what Whitney need."
Don't know is symbolic because it's the van from Good Kid, Mad City, one of Kendrick's biggest albums, and it's him crushing it to smithereens. And the biggest line here is that Drake reveals that he heard one of Kendrick's kid might be Dave Freeze, one of Dave Freeze's kids. Claims basically Dave Free slept with, impregnated Kendrick's fiancée Whitney, and that one of their kids now is actually Dave Free's kid. And Dave Free is a...
Kendrick answered with Meet the Grahams, where he put Drake's entire family on fire. And this was released just 30 minutes after Family Matters.
30 minutes of it coming out. 30 minutes! Kendrick released a song called Meet the Grahams, which is Drake's last name. Aubrey Graham, that's his last name. Did say that Drake, like Weinstein, should go into a jail cell and then just fucking die. And generally, it calls out Drake as a sex pest, a predator, and that people shouldn't be near him and his crew because he also hires predators. And he specifically calls out like LeBron's family and Steph Curry's family and says, don't go near Drake. Don't bring your children near them. They're predators.
But the important part is that he called Drake a predator, rapping, "A child should never be compromised, and he keeping his child around them. And we gotta raise our daughters knowing there's predators like him lurking. I'm looking to shoot through any pervert that lives, keep the family safe." He also addressed Drake's mother, Sandra, and said, "Sandra, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy. Now listen per Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think niggas like him should die." He even accused Drake of housing sex offenders at his labels. He got sex offenders on HOVO that he keep on a monthly allowance.
But he didn't reply to him being a predator and a bunch of predators being a part of his team. It's basically like Kendrick said, hey, man, you have a secret daughter. Also, you're a pedo. And Kendrick's like, or Drake's like, dude, the daughter part was fake. So a bunch of people started making fun of Drake online. And because...
And that's not it. Kendrick even said that Drake's house would get raided next, referencing the recent raids on rapper Diddy's houses in Miami and Florida.
Breaking news, the Department of Homeland Security has just confirmed to CNN that federal law enforcement agents have raided properties owned by musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs. Let's bring in CNN security.
Do know is that 2 properties associated with him. We saw the feds descend on those properties. We saw on aerial footage federal agents both here in the Los Angeles area as well as in Miami at those residences. Now, the Department of Homeland Security, their what's called HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, gave CNN a statement. I'll read you part of that when asked about what this activity is. They say that earlier today, HSI New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement.
He rapped. Cat Williams said, "Get you the truth, so I'ma get mines. The embassy, about to get raided too. It's only a matter of time." Here, he was referencing Cat Williams' explosive interview on Club Shay Shay. Apparently, Lamar thinks Drake is about to be exposed for being a predator as well.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
Everyone thought that Kendrick had won the beef, especially since he managed to largely overshadow family matters by releasing Meet the Grahams so soon after. Except Kendrick wasn't done, because 24 hours later he dropped Not Like Us, where he doubled down on his accusations, rapping, "Say Drake, I hear you like 'em young / you better not ever go to Cell Block 1 / to any beat that talk to him and they in love / just make sure you hide your lil sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-down / and party at the party, playing with his nose now / and Baka got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lover boy? Certified pedophiles?" Those are some pretty heavy accusations against anyone, and Rick Ross even supported it.
Hold on. I'm at the pool party. BBL Drizzy, I'm at the pool party, and they just called you a petty. You a chomo? They backed it up at the party. Come on, black boy.
Also, Rick Ross went on the Shade Room post and he commented he dropped a slapper on the pedo.
Except Drake denied these accusations on his track, The Heartbeat in 6. Drake is not a name that you gon' see on no sex offender list. Easy does it. I never been with no one underage. Just for clarity, I feel disgusted. I'm too respected. He even said that if the allegations were true, I promise I'd have been arrested. Some people think that Lamar went too far with the pedophile accusations.
Man, see, look, I can wear a lot of different hats, Ocho.
Yes, sir.
But when you start putting that pedo, that pedo, that jacket, you start putting that other stuff on me, bro. I can't. That don't fit me. Because here's the thing: even though it's a rap beef or a diss or whatever, you know some people gonna believe that now,
right? Oh yeah, always. That's why you have to fire back, and that's why they.
But even if you fire back, because here's the thing: this is how our community works. So check this out, Ocho.
Yes, sir.
Somebody says something like me. Well, Shannon, if you're not that, why respond? Okay, I don't respond. Well, he didn't respond, so it must be true.
Right.
So how do I win? So if Drake doesn't respond back, if it wasn't true, he'd have said it.
Right.
He responds, hit dog hollers. So how do you win? How do I clear my name? See, I don't like when you impugn, because to impugn a man's name, and people are like, well, Shannon, you ain't say nothing about that. I said, bro, I ain't willing to impugn someone's name on an allegation.
Right.
Because I understand sometimes just the mere mention of impropriety is enough to change people's perception of said individual.
Right.
So why would I even want to be a part of that?
Right.
There's no actual basis for Drake's accusations for now. But it remains to be seen whether he'll actually have a reckoning this year or not. Until then, let's just see what more the rappers have to say to each other. That's it for now. Don't forget to tell us what you think in the comments below. For more updates, hit the bell icon.